Where are the days of Rabanne when they used to make creative fragrances like 1 Million Lucky? It has an interesting note breakdown and it smelled interesting while still being mass appealing. I miss those days. Today we're reviewing a line of fragrances that I love to give a lot of hate to, and rightfully so. It's not been the best line in the past, but today we're covering the latest flanker in the Rabanne Phantom series, and that is Rabanne Phantom Elixir. By the way, did anyone know that Rabanne changed their name to just Rabanne? I feel like it kind of just went past me. Maybe over a year ago they did this. This is really strange. I just was spooked out when I saw that. I ordered this fragrance a few days ago from the official Rabanne website, and fair play to them, they give you a lot of free goodies with your order. So with my 50 ml, they sent me this little mini Phantom Elixir, which actually looks like this. It's a dab-on, by the way, not a spray. And they sent me a bunch of samples as well. The Elixir again, we have the original 1 million over here, and we have the previous flanker, the Parfum. So getting this Parfum is quite handy because now I think I've tried every single flanker in the Phantom line. And they also sent me this satchel thing. I don't know what you do with it. Maybe you kidnap people with this. And a little handy tote bag, I believe. Yes, it's like a nice little tote bag. So for those of you who don't like to waste bags and want to reuse your carrier bags, then this is a good way to do it, and you'll be branded with Rabanne in here as well. I thought I'd give them credit where credit is due. They give you a lot of free stuff when you order from the official website for their fragrances. And I like the fact that I have an Elixir sample, an Elixir mini bottle, because then I can try the fragrance before opening the seal on the main bottle, so I can return this if I want to. Will I want to return this fragrance? Let's discuss it and find out. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. If you want to summarize the entire Phantom line, we'll go with the original. That was a mess of a fragrance. I think it got a lot of hate, and rightfully so. It was a weird lavender, citrus, vanilla gloop, and it basically just went from a top note to a base. It felt like it was a fragrance that didn't have a pyramid. It was just a jump down. It was very simplified, a very underwhelming release from a brand that just before that fragrance was actually doing some really good releases prior to that. The Intense felt like it was a bit sweeter, a bit deeper, a bit more well blended. It was a similar idea, but with a bit more depth essentially. The Parfum I tried from this sample, it reminds me a lot of Rabanne's Invictus Victory Elixir, which I own a bottle of. That's a really sexy fragrance. You don't need to own both fragrances though. I really do feel like it's just like a repackaging. Maybe there's a slight variation to it, but essentially it's a fruity, woody amber, very modern. It's going in that modern style that's doing really well nowadays. But yeah, as I said, you do not need to own the Parfum and Victory Elixir at the same time. So the flankers are progressively getting better. What about this latest release, the Elixir, which of course all designer brands have to come out with their own elixir eventually? Does it do good things for the line? Does it improve the formula? I kind of think the Phantom line is supposed to be a balanced signature line that's meant to be quite youthful, fun, and always has some sweetness to it. And I think the Elixir does achieve that. It has a very interesting note breakdown. It has the aquatic notes, mineralic notes, it has oud in there apparently, and of course it has the vanilla, which I think this entire lineup is known for really. It always has some sort of vanilla in there. On the opening, so I sprayed this maybe around 10 minutes ago, it does smell aquatic. It has that aquatic blast, but it's overall a sweeter fragrance. It feels like it has that modern woody amber gloop style. To me, this is sort of like a mixture. Let's say it's 20% Tom Ford's Oud Mineral with 80% Rabanne's Victory Elixir, the Invictus line. So it kind of has that fruity woody amber with a slight mineralic twist to it. A really interesting idea. I do think this is actually the sexiest out of the entire lineup. So I do think they are improving things. It's just that it's this creative idea. You know, if someone told you you were going to have a aquatic, mineralic, oud, vanilla fragrance, that sounds really interesting, but they've done it in a very dumbed down designer way that kind of makes the idea fall flat. Don't get me wrong, this fragrance is definitely beginner friendly. It's the best out of the flankers in my opinion, but it's not as exciting to smell. It's better in theory, I think, than in execution. Where are the days of Rabanne when they used to make creative fragrances like 1 Million Lucky? It has an interesting note breakdown and it smelled interesting while still being mass appealing. I miss those days. This has that same syndrome of a lot of designer fragrances nowadays being really dumbed down. I think that's the right word for it. Dumbed down, very simplistic. Even the note breakdown is really dumbed down these days. It kind of just smells boring. It smells like everything else, but hey, at least it has its own unique twist with that mineralic aquatic kind of style. Performance is not bad. It's maybe 6 to 8 hours with a soft and medium projection. Maybe I'm going nose blind to it. It doesn't feel like it's projecting were as beastly as I'd wanted to, or as I would expect when I first smell this scent profile. But I think if you overspray, spray a little bit on your clothes, you'll easily get 8 hours with this. It's not a bad performer. When I would wear this, probably day and night signature in 3 out of 4 seasons. So good wearability, autumn, winter, and the springtime. Is it worth its price? Sure. It's a beginner-friendly designer fragrance, but I wouldn't say it's blind buy safe. Go ahead and try it out first. Due to the fact some people might not like that sort of creative twist with the mineralic oud style. By the way, I don't think there's any real oud in here, by the way. But also, some people might also be bored from this style. Again, it's that modern day gloop, dumbed down, fruity, woody amber perfumery. I have my small boy here, the mini Phantom Elixir. I have the full bottle here. Will I keep this bottle? Probably not. I will probably go ahead and return this, just because of the fact that I don't think I would ever wear this personally. I think for you teenagers out there, or maybe guys in their early 20s, you might enjoy this, you might rock this. It's not a bad fragrance. It's the best out of all the flankers, but overall, I'd still give this a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe the Parfum actually, I'd probably give that a quite good score as well, but I haven't reviewed that fully. But yeah, if you want the 2 best versions from this lineup, I'll probably say the Parfum and the Elixir if I had to choose 2 right now. Not a bad release. What do you guys think? Are you interested in trying this out from what I've described today? What are your thoughts on the Phantom lineup? Have you tried any of them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous review that we did quite a while back on Versace Eros Energy. I'll see you guys in that video. Bye for now.